welcome to Classy Chassis with me, Ryan. I hope you're all doing well. Right then, the unit is empty. The Mini went yesterday, the Range Rover went in the week, so it's given me a bit more room for me and Norman to mess around with. So, like I said in the last video, I didn't know what I was going to do, but the eagle-eye viewer, you can see I've started taking the front end off Norman. So the plan is, I'm not going to restore him to factory fresh finish, you know. I'm going to titivate him, shall we say. So I've had some paint mixed because I'm going to start doing the engine bay. I'm going to take off all the little parts that are on the inner wings because it's all, with it being a small 1.3 engine, it's lost in that engine bay, and round the edges is all metal work. And some of it's good, some of it's rusty, some of it's been painted red. I'm going to paint him in his original colour, Harvest Gold. So I'm going to do all inside the engine bay, make it all detailed and nice. Because we know the engine runs, it runs really sweet. So I'm not going to take the engine out and rebuild it, it doesn't need it. Then I've decided what I'm going to do. I'm going to rub Norman down, not to bare metal, just take off a couple of layers, go round filling what needs filling, and if it needs welding, I know it needs welding inside the floor panels, only small, but I'm going to learn to weld, so that'll be another video. But when I've prepped the body of Norman, I'm going to put him in primer. And then, this is the thing, I've never done it before. I'm going to buy a couple of tins, I think they're in like 2.5 litres of Harvest Gold, which is Norman's colour, apparently. He's a bit flat at the moment, but it's Harvest Gold. Beige, we'll call it. I'm not going to put the paint in an air gun. I'm going to actually make the mix up with the thinners. I'm going to roll using a roller. Now, I've seen a couple of people do it on the internet and the finish has come out really nice. The trick is not put it on too thick. Just put a thin layer, let it dry, put another layer on, let it dry, build it up. Gently, when it's dried, rub it down with some fine grit sandpaper and then buff him up. And that will give virtually the same, if I do it right, the same as if I took it into a body shop and they sprayed it. If it goes bad, there is another thing that I might do with Norman. So imagine he's all painted, he's okay. I'll give him a 5 out of 10. There is a guy on the internet, and I was watching him all last night, and he has VW Beetles, VW Buzzies, and he makes them look like a cartoon drawing. So he goes down the road of painting them, not to a high standard, but paints them so they're doable. And then he'll use a marker pen, and he'll just do lines on the contours of the body with a bit of shadowing. And then from a distance, it looks like the car has actually been drawn on a piece of paper. I'll put some pictures up now of what I'm on about. I might go down that road if it doesn't go right. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it will. I'm doing it because Norman, if I took him to a body shop and spent £2,000 on a body, Norman's not worth that when he's complete, if you get me. Not everybody wants a Marina. Okay, the people in the Marina club will probably be hitting the roof because, you know, we try and save these cars, but they're not wow cars, are they? They're not like the Escort or the Minis, you know. There's a big following for them. But the Marina is one on its own. I just want a nice, not daily driver, but I want a nice car, you know, I can take out on a Sunday and people can say, wow, I remember them back in the day. They were crap then. They might be crap now. He's never going to be concourse, but that's the plan. I've also treated him to some new wheels. Now I'm picking them up tomorrow. They're not alloy wheels. I could have put the mini light wheels on. There's a chap that was selling some banded wheels. Now, banded wheels, if you're not familiar, it's when they get two steel wheels, standard, cut the face off one wheel, and then get the other wheel, cut the face off that, and then they extend them to make more depth, more deep dish. And then they properly welded up and safe. And he's got a set for a Marina. Now, he bought them for a Morris Minor. It's the same fitment. And I just think that will make Norman look a bit more aggressive, a bit more wow. We've got to give Norman the wow factor, you know. The poor car sat in a yard for years, unloved. And it's time to bring him out and make him shine. So hopefully the wheels will come out so far. Hopefully they don't go past the arch. If they do, we'll have to put some arches on for safety. And then we might lower the suspension. That's all, you know. It's never going to be a race car. I just want it to look very retro. But that's the plan. So I'll get on. I'll start taking all the bits off what I need out the engine bay. We'll do that nice. You know, I've got the proper paint and an aerosol. Got the proper primer. And we'll get all the engine bay detailed. And then we'll move on. Probably not in this video, but in videos to come. We'll start prepping him and we'll see if we can do this roller design. So, less waffling and more working. So, let's do a bit. Right, I've prepped the best I can in the engine bay. Remember, before you start grilling me, this isn't going to be concourse. It's just to make it look a bit better than what it is. And you see, mainly, the two inner wings. You won't see, by the time the radiator and the bits and the battery, you won't see a lot. But it's just to neaten it all up. So I'm going to use this Pro Zinc Epoxy Black. I'm just going to put a light coating on the front, and then we'll just build it up slowly. So a bit of an update now. I've now painted in black primer the parts that needed doing inside the engine bay, and as you can see, it's come out okay. Just quick rub down, then spray. Like I say, it's never going to be immaculate. You've just seen me, I've took all the paint off. I didn't really want to, but Norman has had a previous accident. You can tell it's a bit squashed up on the inner wing there, so I think he must have had a bang back in the day, which, you know, fair enough. So I've took the paint down to metal. I'm just gonna prime the front of him, and then we'll just let it cure, and then we'll come back and hopefully we'll stick the new paint on the inside. Well, that's the engine bay done. I've just started putting little bits back on, but I'm going to leave it for tonight now. I've been on it now probably all day. So I'll come back tomorrow and finish off putting the radiator back on and the coil. But I'm really happy with this Harvest Gold. It's the paint. It's lovely. It's a 2-pack paint in an aerosol can. Now, working it out, probably it's going to cost me, to do the engine bay, it's cost me £34, which is quite a big area. So a few £100 if I did it with an aerosol can and having the black primer, or do I just buy the litres and try and roll it? I don't know. It was never going to be concourse, but I don't know. I really don't know. I'm just bluffing my way through it. So I hope you've enjoyed watching Norman. There'll be more videos tomorrow. I get his wide wheels, so on the next video you'll see me putting them on, and hopefully it looks okay. So I'm going to call it a night. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I'll see you all again very soon with another video of Norman. Take care. Have a good week. See you soon.